The F major scale is one of the most common scales in all of music, especially in jazz, but also in classical and rock and every other style, and it's one you're going to want to know. Now, I find that the flat keys tend to be a little bit more challenging on the bass than the early sharp keys. And part of that is because we need to be in half position for these scales. So if you've watched the B flat major video, you've already heard me talk about this, but if you're going the other direction, just real quick, it's really good to use the same fingering pattern, the same fingering template for scales that lay across the bass the same way. So B flat major and F major have the same template. B flat major is a slight bit easier in my opinion because it's on the top three strings, whereas F starts in the low string, and really getting a good sound on the low string can be a challenge, especially when you're starting out. So playing F, even that can be a challenge because it's such a thick string, and when you're right next to the nut here, this is actually the stiffest point of the string. The string's actually a little bit looser to the touch right here. So really make sure that the string is down, and really make sure you can hear that pitch. A lot of people I work with, it kind of sounds like this. Kind of like an on-pitched sound or a very flat sound. And these pitches are low, and so it might take some getting used to, but really, really hold yourself to a high standard in terms of pitch from the beginning. Better to play one note for 10 minutes a day in tune than to try to hack through a scale in a mediocre way. You're actually going to cause harm to your playing, most likely. So after you get that F, we play F. Now G, we have a built-in test to see if that G's in tune. It's this string right here. Is this string ringing? Here's what I hear a lot. And you can actually see the G string's fighting with itself. It's really not vibrating free. And the reason you're getting that sound is that the finger's not closing fully. And now you want to be careful that you're not straining when you're trying to close these notes, but you do need some strength. So it does take time to develop strength on the bass. That's again why I recommend starting with B flat major instead of F. And if you can get B flat, then transferring over to F is going to be a little bit easier. But just finding that G and making sure that not only my poor pinky finger, it's the weakest finger, and that's the thickest string. So I really need to make sure I'm helping out with the other fingers, particularly 3. I feel like 3 and 4 are a pair on my hand that work together. But you can see my second and first fingers are also down. So there aren't any flyaway fingers. I'm helping out to really get that note closed. That's the most challenging note in the scale in my opinion. After that, it's just an easier version of those notes. So 1, 4, open, 1, 4, open. Now 2, 4. And resist the urge to play 1, 2 on E, F. Yes, you can do it, but it means you're shifting into first position, and it's going to slow you down. It's going to actually be more work. It's going to cause some weird habits that you just don't want to develop in the beginning. So you can download the PDF for this in the description below, and let's watch one more video of this.